Yeah. Sometimes I get so mad, there's no controlling me. My thoughts get so bad, I'm like, I might grab a bat, I don't know. My wrath, my blood boils over like, oh God, here goes. I lost all feeling from my head to my toes. You said some shit that I can't let go, so just stay tuned for the rest of the show. So have you ever felt betrayed? Switches how you see things, realize something needs change. Cause I know you got me fucked up, let me show you what's up. Cause enough is enough. I'll take a face full of pavement just to make a statement. I know there's no turning back. Oh God, adrenaline wasted, so mad I can taste it. I know there's no turning back. I'll do what it takes, I ain't making mistakes like that. I'll put it on your face just to make you go take it back. I'll lose my shit, I go crazy when I'm mad. And now you go wish you would shut the fuck up real bad. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back. I don't fucking take smoke, I'ma poke a hole through you. Choking's overdue. Come at me and you won't get any older, dude. Crack your holder too. Heating up inside of me, blood so violently. Thanks for trying me. Now it's finally time to see how this rivalry becomes a dynasty. Oh God, adrenaline wasted, so mad I can taste it. I know there's no turning back. I'll do what it takes, I ain't making mistakes like that. I'll put it on your face just to make you go take it back. I'll lose my shit, I go crazy when I'm mad. And now you go wish you would shut the fuck up real bad. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back.
Hello, Miss Kit.
Hello. Hi, Grandma. How you doing? Did you notice what StreamYard did there? Did you
I
see-
didn't. I know what.
Do you see that it went through the whole 30 seconds of countdown and did
Yes.
not start until the song was on?
Yes.
So when I say that, people, I got proof back here in StreamYard how it's behind.
It's
When
been
it comes-
glitchy.
Very glitchy.
Very. And you're not the only one. I know that I've probably said that before this week, but
They
other
need-
people have been mentioning too that it's been glitchy.
Well, you know, and we pay for this, people.
Well, I think a lot of it has to do with the storms that are happening right now.
This has been going on for weeks and weeks.
Well, might
Probably
be.
more so because of storms, huh?
Yeah, right now it's real bad. So,
Yeah, we're good here yet.
thank
Okay.
goodness.
Grandma's going to help me read like normal. We got the court documents. I shouldn't say court documents. They are the criminal.
The criminal complaint.
Yeah. Thank you, Grandma, my mind. Okay. Do you guys know about the case here of this beautiful girl here? Let me see. Did I put her picture up here?
Sade Robinson-Maxwell.
Sadie.
Sade Robinson.
She's beautiful. Beautiful girl.
Yeah, she is.
And let me tell you, it's a Wisconsin case. And it's a trigger. Dismemberment case. What is it? Who do you think of?
The boyfriend.
Taylor Business.
Oh God.
Jeffrey Dahmer. What do these people do? And the oh God, listen to this. This Maxwell, this Max guy, he worked at a bar. He's a bartender. What did what's his name do? Jeffrey Dahmer? He's in a bar. I'm just saying, okay?
Weird.
Everything says alleged, okay? Oh, let's put our names there. People gotta know who we are. Okay, so what we'll do real quick, this is a new case for me, but I've been going through it. So first we're gonna watch real quick. She went missing, I think, 3 weeks ago. Here's a video of her mother. Is this it? No, that ain't it. Oh, and we got the 4 minute or the 5 minute Here we go. He was in court and it was a 5-minute thing, so we'll look at that too. Here's your mama.
The world's first titanium nonstick pan.
Jeez, I hate that.
There's all my chicken's eggs right there. That guy's cooking.
Cool.
Milwaukee, it's also garnering national attention.
Cool.
Sade Robinson's mother, Sheena Scarborough, spoke with Nancy Grace on her podcast. Jenna Ray joins us live in studio with what she had to say there. Jenna?
Steve, I did speak with Sheena this morning, but she says she's just not ready to talk with us yet following today's, again, disturbing discovery. But during her emotional interview with Nancy Grace, Sheena continues to call for justice for her daughter.
This is traumatizing, Nancy. I never expected this to pull up on my front door.
Oh.
An unimaginable couple of weeks for Sade Robinson's mother, Sheena Scarborough.
This isn't normal. This is a 2024 Jeffrey Dahmer.
A comparison many are making as Sade's body parts keep turning up across Milwaukee County.
The last time I spoke to my daughter was on Easter Sunday, okay? We seen her. She came by my parents' home. We spent the Sunday together.
The next day, on April 1st, is when Sade was first reported missing. It's also the night we now know she was killed.
Sade was a beautiful soul. She was an amazing girl. I couldn't have asked for any better daughter. There was things my daughter did that many adults were not even able to accomplish in their lifetimes.
Sade was set to graduate with her associate's degree next month.
This has caused so much emotional effect to my family, my parents, who love my baby so much, her grandparents, her uncles, her aunties, the community. Everyone has pulled up. This has affected many people in Milwaukee.
Over the last several weeks, friends and family of Sade have spent countless hours searching for her body to give her the proper burial she deserves.
They messed with the wrong family. We're going to call all of them out, and we're going to speak for the whole community. Because I'm not about to sit down, and I'm not about to sit still on this one. It's justice for Sade, Nancy. It's justice.
Justice for Sade, that phrase echoing across our community as friends, family, and volunteers continue.
Oh, God.
Ugh.
I know. That gives me goosebumps. Okay. I said her name wrong. I'm sorry. It's Sade. I'm sorry, guys. I got it wrong. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I'm just making sure. Because I'm not in a streamer. I had to make sure I wasn't muted. Okay. The comment why I said Jeffrey Dahmer, because we're going to read the documents. In his apartment, blood was found, and it was not hers.
Oh, my God.
There could be more victims.
There are, I'm sure.
Oh,
That's
I mean,
disgusting.
for someone first time would do that. What do you think?
No. That's not a first crime to dismember a person. That's horrific.
Yeah. Hi, Journey to Justice. Okay, real quick. Let's look at him leaving her. Okay, women, I want to say, be careful. You always get the first and last name of the person you're going to meet up with. Always, always, always. Do not, you know what? First meeting, don't go by yourself. Make sure it's in public. Google their name. I'm not kidding.
And always tell somebody, if you're dating, always tell someone where you're going, who the guy is, where you met him, so someone knows. And listen to your gut, too.
She did have 360. What really broke this case open is the data of the cell phone.
Hey, you! Stop what you're watching right.
You shut up, dude. Okay, here we go.
That investigators say shows Sade Robinson's car driving away from Maxwell Anderson's home the night he killed her.
Now, this new video comes after more body parts were found today along Lake Michigan. CBS 58's Adam Reif live in studio to break down the new information for us. Adam?
New video from the night of the murder, new body parts discovered. And today we also heard from Maxwell Anderson's family for the very first time. This all comes as Sade Robinson's family plans a public vigil to honor her. Here's the new video. Prosecutors say that's Sade Robinson's car. The home security video shows the car heading south down the alley that leads away from Maxwell Anderson's garage. The video is timestamped at 12:47 a.m. in the early morning hours of April 2nd, roughly 3 hours after Anderson and Robinson arrived at his home. In the video, the car turns west. From there, investigators say Anderson went to Warnemont Park and locations in Milwaukee to dispose of her body parts. According to cell phone data and more surveillance video, they believe Anderson killed Robinson sometime between arriving at his house and leaving Warnemont Park. More body parts were found early Thursday morning when someone walking along a beach in South Milwaukee discovered Robinson's torso and arm had washed ashore. Angela Buchanan lives nearby.
I can't imagine what Sade's family is going through. Nobody will ever be able to understand that. You can't ever relate to that. But just knowing that this happened so close to home is such a hard thing.
The torso and arm were found several miles south of where Robinson's leg was first found on the beach near Warnemont Park. Memorial flowers were left at the gate Anderson crashed through the night of the murder. Sade's name had been spray painted in the sand by supporters. But more body parts are still missing.
I do hope that they're able to find the rest of her remains just so that the family can have a proper burial for her and they can have some closure.
Also Thursday, Anderson's family broke its silence. Through his son's defense attorney, his father, Stephen, issued a statement on behalf of the family. It said in part, quote, "I would like to express our deepest sympathy and heartfelt condolences to the family and loved ones of Sade Robinson. We are shocked and devastated by her senseless death." That statement did not mention Maxwell Anderson or the charges he faces. The sheriff's office says the search for evidence is...
Wow.
Okay. There's two more. Okay. Okay. This is what I want to watch. The one that talks about the blood in his apartment. Then I want to watch his court thing. And then another one from his mother. And we'll take it from there. Then we should have an idea, what we're talking about. They worked hard, man.
Toenail polish on the toes. The leg was found in a lakefront park, and it wasn't long before other body parts started turning up in various other locations. And then police determined that they all belonged to a 19-year-old woman named Sade Robinson. And even while those grim discoveries were happening, police had a suspect. It was this guy, a tall, blonde, 33-year-old bartender named Maxwell Anderson. He and Sade, it turns out, had gone on a date the night before Sade failed to show up for work, and hours before her clothes were found in her burned-out car. Investigators said phone records, surveillance video, forensics, all tied Maxwell Anderson to the crime, and so they charged him with it. Homicide and mutilation of a corpse. On Monday, though, he pleaded not guilty. And now comes a weird footnote in a new court filing that says preliminary DNA tests on the blood that police found in Maxwell Anderson's home do not, I repeat, do not show a match with Sade Robinson. So does that undercut the accusations that Maxwell Anderson killed Sade Robinson? Or does it add to the speculation that Anderson may have killed other victims we don't know about? Steve Spingola is, he's got some insights on all of this. He's a retired Milwaukee police detective and investigator on the Oxygen Channel program Cold Case. He also worked extensively on the Jeffrey Dahmer investigation, which was also in Milwaukee. It's great to have you back, Steve. Thank you. Were you surprised when these tests came back in the blood that was found in the suspect's home and it wasn't Sade's blood?
Well, first of all, thanks for having me back. And no, not really. They haven't said whose blood it is. It could be his blood. I don't think this lends that there's any other victims here. There are witness accounts. There is physical evidence. They have him tracked from about 5:30 on April 1st, where they were eating, all the way to when he takes a bus shortly after torching Sade's car on 29th and Lisbon. There's no question he's involved and he's the suspect, and he'll be convicted of that. I have no doubt at all that he's the individual involved. That blood, it can't be explained right now. I'm sure the Milwaukee Police Department and the crime lab is trying to analyze it and look at other victims, but it hasn't been explained right now, and let's give law enforcement some time to work on that case.
Agreed, but I wonder if they're also now opening up the books on all the other missing women and wondering if maybe they can get a match there. Do you think that's also happening?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, every time there's a missing and you wind up with a Dahmer, Bundy, something like that, law enforcement looks at it. You know, there may be investigations from out of state right now. I don't know exactly how Mr. Anderson traveled around, where he worked, who he came in contact with, but rest assured, a lot of people are looking at him. And, you know, we'll see what comes up, but he is just too disorganized of a guy. And I have said that, and I've talked to other people about it. He is impulsive. This crime is like a roadmap. It leads right back to him. I'd be extremely surprised if there's anybody else that he harmed or killed along the way here.
Okay, and then this last question. I always wonder, is there any possibility that maybe the DNA test was just wrong? We hear of all sorts of lab mix-ups and problems. Is it just possible that it is her blood and the test was just a mix-up?
I doubt it. You know, those are serologists. Those are people with degrees. They do this for a living. So I would certainly hope that that's not the case here. I don't believe it's the case. I think that right now what they're taking a look at is trace evidence to see if they can link it up. Right now, the ball is still in the court of the police department. They can invest the time the trial starts. And I still think there's going to be more evidence that links him to her. The forensic evidence in his house has to be there.
Steve Spiegel, you are a wealth of information. I'm not only going to call you again on this case, I'm going to call you on some other ones too. Given the fact you worked on Dahmer, I think you know a thing or two. Thank you so much for this tonight.
Thank you for watching.
Oh,
What a sick piece of crap.
right. Hi, Journey. Hi, Journey to Justice. I'm sorry. I'm shaking and I don't know why. This is so weird. So I'm having a hard time with the buttons.
It's
Okay.
it's creepy.
No, it's ever since I've been up. Okay, here's his second court hearing.
Peter Wisconsin versus Maxwell Anderson, 24 CF 1692. Count 1, first degree intentional homicide. Count 2, mutilating a corpse. Count 3, arson of property other than building. This case is assigned to Judge Kai's branch 45 appearances.
Ian Vance Curzan for the state.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Attorney Anthony Cotton with Maxwell Anderson. He's here in person.
Good afternoon.
Commissioner, to start, I filed an amended criminal complaint. The purpose of that amended criminal complaint was to essentially include a footnote regarding the blood recovered in the residence. The footnote is on page 6, and it just indicates that the preliminary DNA analysis supports the conclusion that there is no support for inclusion of Robinson's DNA in the blood or swabs that have been tested. And then some of those, her DNA has been excluded. But I just wanted to clarify because it was brought up at the initial appearance. So that's why.
We do have those documents.
I think there was just a couple Scribner's errors that were corrected. And the rest of the information remains unchanged. And there's no additional charges.
But I did have notice that an amended complaint was filed. Any objections to probable cause?
Not at this time.
All right, I have read the criminal complaint. It does state probable cause. Waive reading?
We do.
All right. I'm showing you a document that's called preliminary hearing, questionnaire, and waiver. Is that your signature near the bottom of this page?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you read this document, or did your attorney read it to you, or both?
Both, Your Honor.
And did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that if you had a hearing, the state would have to produce witnesses and perhaps other evidence to show that you probably committed a felony?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you also understand that by waiving that hearing, you are conceding that the state can establish probable cause and you will be ordered to stand trial?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anyone make any threats to get you to give up your hearing?
No, Your Honor.
Anyone make any promises to get you to give up your hearing?
No, Your Honor.
I will find that Mr. Anderson has made a knowing, intelligent, and voluntary waiver of his right to have a hearing and order him bound over for trial. I'm also in receipt of a request for substitution of judge against the Honorable Gene Keyes. That is approved.
I filed a signed and dated information today. I sent a copy of that document to defense counsel prior to the hearing.
Acknowledge receipt, enter a not guilty plea subject to our substitution request. Thank you.
This case will be reassigned to Judge Sanders, branch 28. I can do this for May 13th.
I'm there Thursday afternoon, the 16th.
Okay, let's take that.
Next court date will be May 16th at 1:30 for a scheduling conference in branch 28.
Thank you. Thank you. Have a good day, Your Honor.
You too.
See ya.
So there's that.
Wow.
Okay. Let's go to the court documents. Do you want
Bring
me to
them
bring
on,
up?
baby. Bring them on.
Okay. I have them. I thought I had them in order, but I don't. But let's look here. All right, let's see what's this one. Entire screen. That one ain't it. That one ain't it. Hold on, I'll find it.
7, page 10.
There we go.
Okay.
Can you see that?
Yeah.
I'll make it bigger.
Oh, wow. Much good.
I got touch screen because my eyes are
nice. Okay, the below named complainant being duly sworn on information, blah, blah, states that count 1 is first degree intentional homicide. The above named defendant on or about Tuesday, April 2nd in Milwaukee County, Wisconsin, did cause the deaths of Sade Robinson, another human being, with intent to kill that person, contrary to blah, blah, blah statutes. Upon conviction for this offense, a Class A felony, the defendant will be sentenced to imprisonment for life. Count 2, mutilating a corpse. The above named defendant on or about Tuesday, April 2nd in Milwaukee did dismember a corpse with the intent to conceal a crime, contrary to blah, blah statute. Upon conviction for this offense, a Class F felony, the defendant may be fined not more than $25,000 or imprisoned not more than 12 years and 6 months or both. Count 3, arson of property other than a building. I'm going to skip the first part because you know.
Okay.
You burnt the car. Upon conviction for this offense, a Class 1 felony, the defendant may be fined not more than $10,000 or imprisoned not more than 3 years and 6 months or both. The complainant is probable cause. The complainant is a law enforcement officer.
What?
Wait, the complainant.
Oh, God.
Complainant.
Okay, that's
law enforcement officer with the sheriff's office. Complainant bases his complaint on official police report, statements of members of the Milwaukee County Sheriff's Office, Milwaukee Police Department, and members of the Milwaukee State Crime Lab.
Oh, that freaked me out for a minute, girl.
Oh, I did too. I'm like, complainant is what? Law enforcement officer. Oh, fuck. All the cops are crazy.
Okay. That's okay. We're going to screw down.
Oh, God. Okay. Discovery of a severed human leg in Warnemont Park. On Tuesday, April 2nd, 24, around 5:29 p.m., members of law enforcement, including the County Sheriff's Office and Cudahy Police Department, responded to Warnemont Park, located South Lake Drive, to a report of human leg located on the beach. The first responders were led by the citizen who called police to the leg. Responding deputies located the right leg of what appeared to be a black female. The leg was severed just below the hip socket and appeared to have been sawn off.
Oh, my God.
The toes on the feet had pink nail polish. The leg did not appear to be decomposing. Oh, God.
Yep.
Deputy Leon Martin was one of the first responding sheriff's deputies. Deputy Martin spoke to EM, who who discovered the leg. EM stated he was meeting his friend at the park. EM stated he and his friend were walking towards the beach water and saw the leg just north of the Warnemont pump house at the shoreline. Deputy Martin reports that the area where the leg was located contains a bluff that is approximately, I can't see that because of her head.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
The
Where?
leg was originally found 2/3 of the way down the bluff towards the water's edge. Oh, weird. Okay, so Milwaukee County Sheriff's Office Detective Nathan Spittelmeister searched the area of the net of the park for any cameras that may have captured something related to the discarding of the leg. Detective Spittelmeister located a video from Cudahy High School, God, by a school too, that shows the parkways nearest to the pump house at the shoreline. The road that leads to the pump house is closed to vehicle traffic by a gate secured with a padlock and chain. The video footage shows that approximately 2:53 a.m., a vehicle entering the video frame heading eastbound on the parkway towards the road to the pump house. The video shows that the vehicle did not make a southbound or northbound turn once reaching the intersection nearest to the service road. The vehicle disappears from video footage, consistent with the vehicle driving down the road that leads to the pump house. Complainant notes the service road to the pump house would be the furthest that a car could go to get near Lake Michigan in that area. Okay. Detective Spittelmeister spoke to Cudahy Police Department Police Detective Brian Olson, who informed Detective Spittelmeister that on the morning of April 2nd, 2024, employees of the Cudahy Water Department reported that the service gate had been struck by a vehicle. The damage to the gate was done after the evening of April 1st and before the morning of April 2nd. This is consistent with when the vehicle is seen on the video driving onto that service road. Detective Joseph Blanchard from the Milwaukee County Sheriff's Office went to the pump house gate and recovered the broken pieces of a vehicle that were determined to belong to a Honda Civic. These damaged pieces would be consistent with the vehicle ramming the gate to get through. Detective Spittelmeister also recovered video from the pump house that faces north in the direction of where the severed leg was recovered. At approximately 3:02 a.m., a human figure can be seen descending the bluff to beach level. This figure appears to make multiple attempts to walk between the beach and the service drive for the pump house. At approximately 4:31 a.m., the vehicle that entered the closed gate leaves and ultimately leaves the park heading westbound. The leg was recovered and transported to Milwaukee County Medical Examiner's Office and was examined by Dr. Lauren Becker. During the examination, based on the size of the leg, Dr. Decker estimated the height of the person to be approximately 5 feet tall. There were multiple cutting impressions around the amputation point, as well as sharp force trauma to the exposed femur bone. However, the top part of the femur bone appeared to have been snapped off. The leg appeared to have been intentionally severed with a sharp instrument, including the bone being sawn halfway through. Oh, God.
Oh, Jesus.
That's a human being. That's just really,
We got to find page 3 now. There we go. Oh, Grandma, thank you for reading this. Oh, my God.
It's okay. At approximately 9 p.m. on April 2nd, a walk-in report was made by AJ at Milwaukee Sheriff Department District 5 station. AJ reported that her friend, Sade Robinson, had not been returning AJ's calls and had not showed up for work. AJ provided a phone number for Robinson and reported that she lived here in Milwaukee. On April 3rd, Milwaukee police officer Nora Burlow responded to Robinson's apartment to conduct a welfare check and was not able to make contact with Robinson. AJ further reported to investigators that the last known activity of Robinson was a Snapchat that AJ viewed, showing that Robinson was at Duke's on Water. I don't know what that is, like a restaurant, located at Juneau Avenue, Milwaukee on the evening of April 1st. No further contact had been made with Robinson after that. Upon hearing of the discovery of the leg near Warnemont Park, Officer Burlow contacted Milwaukee County Sheriff's Office to inform them of the report of Robinson being missing, as well as the vehicle fire. Complainant knows through contact that the Milwaukee County Sheriff's Office has had with Robinson's family and friends that Robinson was approximately 5 feet tall. Complainant knows that Robinson's listed height with the Department of Transportation is 5 feet 0 inches. Officer Burlow, as well as Milwaukee County Sheriff's Office Detective Joseph Blanchard, made contact with employees of Robinson's apartment building. The apartment's maintenance employee indicated that he had last seen Robinson April 1st. Another employee, building secretary CAS, reported that she would frequently see and speak with Robinson, and Robinson told CAS she was excited for a date she had the evening of April 1st. Detective Joseph Blanchard also reviewed video surveillance footage from the apartment building and said footage depicts Robinson leaving the building around 9 a.m. on April 1st, 2024. Robinson was wearing a black puffy coat, a white shirt, a light-colored blue jeans with multiple tears in front, and white shoes. Discovery of Robinson's Honda Civic. Oh, God, this is so sad.
Yes, it is.
Furthermore, on April 2nd, at approximately 7:32 a.m., members of Milwaukee Fire Department responded for a vehicle fire. First responders located 2020 Honda Civic with Wisconsin registration. The vehicle had sustained extreme fire damage, completely damaging the interior of the Civic. A check of that vehicle registration revealed that the vehicle belonged to Robinson. Items of Robinson's were discovered in the vehicle, as well as will be described later in this complaint. Complainant states on information and belief that this vehicle is worth more than $100. Well, that's, Robinson's phone records. In response to the discovery of the human leg at Warnemont Park, as well as the similar timing of Robinson being reported missing, as well as the arson of Robinson's vehicle, Milwaukee County Sheriff's Office Detective Matthew Vanderlee obtained records from Verizon Wireless, the servicer for the number belonging to Robinson. Excuse me. It should be noted that AJ, as well as family members of Robinson, confirmed that the number belonged to her. I'm going to sneeze. Try not to. Hang on.
Yep. Bless you.
Sorry. Okay, the number belonged to her. Detective Vanderlee reports that records were received from Verizon that included call detail records, location records, as well as recent text message content. God, I'm going to tickle in my throat. This is killing me. Yeah.
Bless you.
Sorry. I am having allergies. I'm really sorry.
Oh, okay.
Upon review of the text message content, Detective Vanderlee was located a text conversation between Robinson and the telephone number. This was the last text message conversation in the records that contained outgoing messages from Robinson. I can stop sneezing. I'm really sorry, you guys.
No, that's okay.
The conversation.
Okay, here we go.
Occurred approximately. This is how the conversation went. Where are we meeting? I can do 5. Downtown somewhere? Okay. Brat House on 3rd. Perfect. Okay, I'm going to shower real quick. I'll probably get there more around 5:15. Are you hungry? I need to stop at Twisted Fisherman to pick up my W-2 from last year, and we could eat there first. Okay, and yes, are we eating at the Brat House or the other place? Let's eat at Twisted. I'm feeling seafood. Yes, I love seafood. Sounds good. I'm about to leave. I'll be there soon. Okay. Just got you Twisted. Are you inside? Yes.
Oh, this gives me the goosebumps here. Wow.
It's creepy because it's like it's step by step. That they've done a very good job on this.
Very good job. This is very.
Detective Vanderlee. Is it Vandertee or Vanderlee? Vandertee. Search law enforcement databases which showed an association between this number and Maxwell Anderson, the above named defendant. Furthermore, upon checking Milwaukee County Sheriff's Office booking records, the defendant provided a phone number. That phone number to the sheriff's office during a booking process in April 2023. Investigators then checked Wisconsin Department of Transportation records, which revealed the defendant's listed address in Milwaukee. Milwaukee County Sheriff's Office Detective John Gio responded to Twisted Fisherman located at Canal Street in Milwaukee to attempt to determine if Robinson went to that location. Detective Gio recovered surveillance video from Twisted Fisherman. The complainant has reviewed that video as well and has also reviewed booking photos of defendant as well as photographs of Sade Robinson. The video shows in sum as follows. At approximately 5:09 p.m. on April 1st, the defendant enters Twisted Fisherman from the west. His face is clearly visible on the exterior cameras of the restaurant. At 5:20 p.m., Robinson enters the restaurant from the east, then approaches the bar and sits next to the defendant. The defendant and Robinson remain at the bar, eating and having drinks together until they leave the restaurant around 6:24 p.m. They both leave toward the east, which is the direction Robinson arrived from. Robinson is still wearing a black puffy coat, white shirt, light colored blue jeans, multiple tears in front, white shoes, and she's carrying a dark grayish brown purse. The defendant is wearing his hair in a ponytail, a red flannel coat with a gray hood, and black t-shirt with Carhartt written across the chest, as well as dark jeans. There are no cameras at Twisted Fisherman that depict the parking lot.
Wow. Oh, what channel?
So he left to go towards her car.
Yeah. Okay, we are on page 4. Now we got to go to 5. Now we got to back up. Let's go to 5. Oh. Here we go.
God, this is awful.
Yes, it is.
Detective Gio, when recovering the video, spoke to the owner of the restaurant, RD, who said, the defendant as an ex-employee. Detective Gio also spoke to JR, one of the managers of the Twisted Fisherman. JR viewed the surveillance video and identified the male subject with Robinson as the defendant, who JR knew as a former employee, and further stated that the defendant came in to get his W-2, consistent with the text conversation the defendant had with Robinson. Detective Gio also spoke to BC, who was the bartender who served the defendant and Robinson. BC stated the defendant initially came in and indicated that he was picking up his W-2, but then informed BC that he was staying at Twisted Fisherman to meet a female for a first date. BC knew the defendant as a former employee. BC stated that Robinson arrived and sat with the defendant, and they appeared to have casual conversation before leaving together. Milwaukee County Sheriff's Office Detective Brian Conte conducted an interview on April 3rd, 2024, with ASF, who identified herself as a friend of Robinson. ASF indicated to Detective Conte that she became aware Robinson was missing by seeing it on the news. ASF stated that after she learned Robinson was missing, she accessed Robinson's Life 360 app on her cell phone. Complainant knows Life 360 is an application that provides location-based services and allows users or subscribers to share their locations with others. ASF stated that upon checking Life 360, she observed that Robinson's phone appeared to be in Warnemont Park around 4:33 a.m. on April 2nd. Oh, God.
I got one of those on my phone so my kids can find me.
Oh, God. Complainant knows that investigators received Life 360 records from ASF as well as Robinson's. I can't read that part. 360 accounts belonging to Robinson also is linked to her phone number mentioned above. Complainant has reviewed the information from Life 360 and summarizes the location of Robinson's phone as follows. The times indicated below are in military time. Oh, God. So she was West Canal Street. The device traveled from the area of West Clybourne to Water Street, Twisted Fisherman to the area of Dukes on the Water.
Okay.
And then there, okay, oh, you're moving it. Then it went from there, Dukes on the Water, to the area of Anderson's residence. And that was 2106 hours to 2128 hours, which is 9 something. 906, 928. Oh.
This is crazy.
It's creepy as F. So, so that's where his residence was. Okay. The device traveled from West Oklahoma to North Gordon Place from the area of Anderson's residence, and followed that to the Kern Park on Milwaukee River and in Milwaukee's River West neighborhood. Oh God. So did he go to another part of the river and do that too first?
I mean, did he do it right away?
Yeah. Oh my God. Well, that was at like 9 o'clock, 21:06 to 21:28 hours, military time. That's 9 p.m. to 9:30 p.m., you know?
So 4 hours.
Yeah. So it's still in the evening time.
Okay.
And they were there at the restaurant until like 6:30.
Oh, okay.
So there's the 3 hours that,
Oh, geez.
you know, oh God.
What?
So, okay, then it traveled from Humboldt Road to South Lake Drive, which is adjacent to the Milwaukee River, going to Warnemont Park, which is the area the leg was found. And then that was between 2:01 on the 2nd of April to 2:53. So, you know, 50 minutes, 52 minutes. And then an hour and a half later, the device is stationary in the stretch of Warnemont Park. See, so, and then the battery died.
Was she even in his apartment?
I don't think so. See, I don't think so.
Even make her? It doesn't sound like it.
What does he drive? He drive a van or something?
Oh God.
I just okay. Complainant states that on April 4th, investigators with the Milwaukee County Sheriff's Office executed a search warrant on his residence in Milwaukee. Page 6.
Oh, sorry.
Page 6 here.
Okay.
This is so awful. I feel so bad for Mama.
I know. She goes, this ain't real. Yeah.
During the execution of the search warrant, identifiers for the defendant were located, including something addressed to the defendant, a male, I'm guessing. Additionally, blood was located on the bedding. What? And the walls leading towards the basement. Several gasoline blood on the bedding in one of the bedrooms.
And walls?
And the walls leading towards the basement.
Oh my God.
Gasoline containers were located in the garage storage area. Furthermore, complainant knows that the Verizon records for Robinson's phone number, which included call detail records and location information of the phone, were analyzed by investigators. The records, consistent with the Life 360 information described above, show Robinson's device in the area of the Twisted Fisherman when Robinson is with the defendant at that location. Additionally, the records show the device moved to the area of Dukes on the Water approximately 6:30 p.m. and around 9:20, see, 3 hours, 9:20 p.m. the device is in the area of the defendant's residence.
In the area. Okay.
Complainant knows that Milwaukee Police Detective Jake Pushnig reviewed poll camera video footage in the area of Dukes on the Water. That footage shows Robinson's Honda Civic arrive at 6:33, and at 6:34, Robinson exits the driver's door and the defendant exits the front passenger's door. So that's right after they left the restaurant.
Oh.
The two of them then walk across the street, eventually walk in the directions of Dukes on the Water. Detective Pushnig also reviewed video footage from Dukes on the Water, which depicts the defendant and Robinson hanging out at Dukes on the Water. The poll camera video then shows Robinson and defendant return to Robinson's vehicle and drive away at 9:04. Okay, so she was still alive.
Yeah.
At 9:04. Robinson's phone remains in the area of Anderson's residence until 12:45 a.m.
Oh no, it did happen.
There's 3 hours there.
Yeah.
And then the device appears to travel northbound towards the direction of downtown Milwaukee from 1 to 1:15 a.m. The phone's in the area of downtown Milwaukee before heading northbound, consistent with traveling into the River West neighborhood between 1:15 and 1:30. It should be noted that between these records, the Life 360 location information, the phone does not appear to be stationary in this time frame. Complainant further notes that Detective Blanchard reviewed video footage from Robinson's apartment complex and confirmed that Robinson did not return to her apartment at any point after being at the defendant's residence on April 1st. By approximately 1:33 a.m., the phone travels north towards the area of Pleasant Valley Park and Keefe Avenue, where it remains till about 2 a.m. From 2 to approximately 2:10 p.m., phone travels westbound, which is consistent being on or near Capitol Drive as it moves west. The phone then moves back eastbound in the area of Capitol Drive. Whoa.
Sorry.
I'm looking at it in my eyes going, hey, wait. From 220 to 2:30, the phone appears to travel southbound, consistent with traveling to the interstate. From 2:30 to 2:35, phone moves westbound, appearing to travel on the interstate towards Greenfield. 2:35 to 2:45, phone moves back eastbound and then southbound, consistent with traveling on Interstate 41, Interstate 94, and then traveling eastbound on the area of College Avenue in the direction of Warnemont Park. From 2:45 to 3 a.m., the phone appears to be east of the airport in the area of Cudahy and South Milwaukee. The phone then remains in the area of Warnemont Park between 3 a.m. and 4:30 a.m. From 4:30 a.m. to 4:40 a.m., the phone begins to move northbound towards St. Francis and then has a final cell tower location record around 4:40 a.m. in the area of East Howard Avenue and Wisconsin 794, consistent with the location where Life 360 indicates the battery of the phone had died.
Oh, jeez.
Charge your phones, girlfriends, before you go on dates.
This is scary.
Oh my God. Fucking horrible. So on Saturday, April 6th, members of the Milwaukee Fire Department began to canvass the area near where Robinson's Honda Civic was set on fire. While searching the area of the playground, Milwaukee Police Detective Cassandra Linder located a human foot in the wooded area adjacent to the train tracks that border the playground to the east. Oh my God.
Playground.
Investigators located, in addition to the foot, another piece of what appeared to be human flesh in the same area. Complainant has observed the recovered foot as well as the leg recovered from Warnemont Park and observed that they appeared to be from the same individual, particularly due to skin tone, size, and having matching pink nail polish. Fuck this poor girl.
Yeah.
The location of where these remains were discovered was approximately 1 block south of where her car was set on fire. Members of Milwaukee Police Department attempted to locate video footage regarding something disposable of human remains or footage related to the arson of the car. Detective Bergman obtained video from Milwaukee County Transit System bus traveling westbound. Video footage depicts the following. The bus stops at the corner of 29th and Lisbon Avenue at 7:29 a.m., facing westbound in the direction of where Robinson's car was set on fire. 2 subjects can be seen walking westbound on the north side of Lisbon Avenue, passing Lisbon Liquid and Food Mart. One of these subjects is wearing the blue coat, and another subject is holding a black and white umbrella. The bus begins to drive forward towards 30th Street, at which time the person in the blue coat appears to be checking something out to the north, at which time a different subject can be seen walking through the grass lot towards Lisbon Avenue. The subject is walking away from a fire that is beginning to burn in the parking slab behind the building at the corner of 30th and Lisbon. Oh my God. As the transit bus passes the person walking away from the fire, you can see this individual appears to be a white male and is wearing dark pants, dark gray hooded top, and carrying a tan colored backpack with tan straps that appears to be full. As the bus continues to drive westbound on Lisbon Avenue, the burning of Robinson's vehicle is clearly visible. As the bus continues to pass, the subject with the tan backpack can be seen starting to cross Lisbon Avenue southbound. Milwaukee Police Detective Andrew Marks recovered video footage from Lisbon Liquor, and that footage depicts the subject in the blue jacket and the subject with the umbrella walking on Lisbon Avenue. Upon reaching the vacant lot next to the liquor store, both subjects appear to slow down, at which time the man with the tan backpack begins to walk across Lisbon, southbound on 30th Street. The person in the blue jacket appears to be in shock and begins pointing at the person in the tan backpack as he walks away. The subject in the blue jacket then tries to flag down cars passing by and can be heard on the video yelling, "He did that," while pointing across the street to the person with the tan backpack. The subject in the blue jacket also begins yelling for someone to call the fire department. Investigators were eventually able to identify the subject in the blue jacket as LAD. Detective Vincent Lopez and Detective Thaddeus Schimmels interviewed LAD, who stated the following. LAD was walking down Lisbon with her friend and saw a white male exit the driver's door of Robinson's Civic. She then observed the white male light a lighter and toss it into the driver's door window of the Honda, then began walking in LAD's direction, and last saw this white male walking westbound on Walnut Street from 30th Street. Detectives then saturated the area to cover any surveillance footage that would capture where the subject with the tan backpack walked towards after setting Robinson's car on fire. Through that video canvas, detectives learned that the subject with the tan backpack walked westbound towards North 35th Street and then eventually got onto a Milwaukee County Transit System bus at 8:12 to head southbound on North 35th Street, which is the direction towards the defendant's residence. Is this so obvious? It's sick.
Yeah.
Page 7.
On page 7. All right.
Oh, that was 7. So we need 8.
Yeah, I'm trying to find 8. There we go.
Oh, God, he's so sickening.
Look at him.
He's fucked up. That MCTS bus captured the face of that subject as he boarded and remained on the bus. And throughout that footage, complainant has reviewed the defendant's booking photo related to his arrest on April 4th, described below. Complainant is able to identify the subject as defendant Maxwell Anderson. It should be noticed that the footage from the bus shows the defendant wearing the exact clothing depicted on the subject fleeing the scene of the vehicle arson, including the large tan backpack with tan straps. A depiction of the defendant's booking photo with Milwaukee County Sheriff's Office and the defendant on the MCTS bus is depicted below. But see,
hold on. Sorry.
He probably has parts of her in there.
Oh.
And he's trying to deposit them in different places. It's sickening. Detective Ryan Bergerman reviewed the MCTS video showing the defendant on the bus. The defendant boards the bus and pays his bus fare in cash. He then rides that bus south on 35th Street, gets off the bus at approximately 8:35 a.m. near South 35th Street and Lakefield Drive on Milwaukee's south side. It should be noted that there is not a bus stop at this location, and the defendant asks the bus driver to just let him off there. The defendant then departs the bus and begins to walk northbound. It should further be noted that it is approximately an 8-minute walk from that location to the defendant's residence, and this would be the most logical place to depart the bus to walk to the defendant's home. Complainant reviewed the surveillance video affixed to a residence across the street from the defendant's residence, which was recovered by Milwaukee Police Detective Rachel Smith. This video footage depicts South 39th Street and the front of the defendant's residence, as well as part of the south side of his residence. There is a front gate on the south side of the residence, and over that gate, the rear gate near the alley is also visible. The defendant can be seen arriving through his back gate that is accessible through the alley behind his house at 8:43 a.m. The arrival at this time is consistent with him having walked to that location from departing the bus. Complainant notes that the defendant's dark hooded top and tan backpack that appears full are visible in this video. Complainant knows that Robinson's vehicle was ultimately towed from the location where the defendant set it on fire, and it was searched by Detective Alexis Krusik of Milwaukee County Sheriff's Department.
Are they organized or what?
They got their crap together right away, getting that video from everybody.
Yep, they didn't.
Okay, and by members of the Wisconsin State Crime Lab. During the search of that vehicle located in the trunk was clothing that Robinson was wearing on the evening. Oh my God. The black puffer coat, light blue ripped jeans, white shoes, her dark grayish brown purse. These items were found in the trunk of the vehicle and were partially fire damaged, although undamaged enough to identify them as the items Robinson was wearing. Also recovered was a remnant of an iPhone consistent with the type of iPhone Robinson was known to have. So he smashed it.
Yeah.
That it didn't run out of battery, it got smashed.
Right.
Detective Rachel Smith reviewed additional surveillance video footage from the residence across the street from the defendant's residence. Her review of that footage revealed the following. At around 9:24 p.m. on April 1st, there is a motion near the back gate of the defendant's property, which appears to swing open, and shadows consistent with two human figures enter the backyard of the defendant's residence. And at 9:26 p.m., the living room light in the front of defendant's residence, the upper unit, turns on. This would be consistent with the time that Robinson's phone appears to have arrived at the defendant's residence, as described above, and would be consistent with Robinson and Anderson arriving at his residence together. At approximately 11:25 on April 1st, there is human movement in the backyard again. This movement continues on and off until approximately 12:45 a.m. on April 2nd. Okay, so that's an hour and 20 minutes. This consistent with the time when Robinson's phone appears to depart from Anderson's residence and appears to travel around the city of Milwaukee before eventually ending up apparently stationary near Warnemont Park, where the severed leg was recovered.
So wait, when she got in the house?
She went in his house.
And then look at how quick though, within an hour.
Yeah, an hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And there's all this.
Oh,
Anyway, then the phone appears to depart an hour and 20 minutes later.
Okay.
As described above, Robinson's phone does not appear to depart from Anderson's residence between the arrival around 9:24 on April 1st until around 12:50 a.m. on April 2nd. Detective Smith also recovered surveillance video that depicts the alley. This video does not depict the defendant's residence, but it depicts the alley that connects to the defendant's residence. Detective Smith reviewed that video, which shows Robinson's vehicle leaving the alley southbound at 12:47 a.m. on the 2nd. Detective Smith also recovered video footage from a camera that depicts the intersection of South 35th and West Greenfield Avenue, which is to the north of the defendant's residence. That video footage depicts Robinson's vehicle heading northbound on 35th Street at approximately 12:53 on April 2nd. This movement is consistent with the location of Robinson's phone as described above. Complainant knows that on April 4th, 2024, at around 1:16 a.m., MCSO detectives Joseph Blanchard and John Guillot conducted a traffic stop of a black Hyundai Santa Fe with the license plate blah blah, which listed in Department of Transportation records to the defendant. The defendant was stopped near South 38th and West Lakefield, just a few blocks from his residence. The defendant was arrested at that time. A search of the defendant's vehicle led to the recovery of a zip-up hooded coat that appears to be the same coat the defendant is wearing in the still frame depicted above on the bus. Complainant further states, based on preliminary analysis done by Wisconsin State Crime Lab, that the pseudo standard of Sade Robinson was compared to a blood standard from the human leg recovered from Warnemont Park, and the DNA analysis supports the preliminary conclusion that the leg belongs to Sade Robinson. Complainant further states that since the Milwaukee County Sheriff's Office and Milwaukee Police Department began the investigation into the severed leg recovered from the Warnemont Park, as well as the missing person investigation related to Sade Robinson, with no one from her family nor friends have heard from Robinson, and the last contact anyone has had with her was April 1st, 2024. No one has had contact with Robinson since she was with the defendant on the night of April 1st into April 2nd, 2024. Based on the circumstances surrounding the disappearance of Robinson as described in this complaint,
last page.
page 10. Is that where we are? Oh, Detective Gill then, when recovering the video, spoke to the owner of the restaurant. No, this is the wrong page.
This is 10. Oh, thank you.
I read that one.
You know.
I was back at the restaurant. And you got
Here
we go.
Here we
The
go.
complaint and the recovery of the human leg that was preliminary identified as Robinson. Complainant concludes Robinson is deceased. The facts mentioned in this complaint, something, I can't see that, to conclude that defendant intentionally killed and then dismembered Robinson with an intent to conceal the homicide, and it occurred between the arrival at the defendant's residence and his departure from Warner Park area.
Jesus. Okay. Wow.
And now I will die because I have read enough to keep me for a while.
Yeah, thank you. I was going to step in it.
No, it's okay. I didn't mind.
You guys. Women.
You guys, it is so horrific. Her poor mom. Her mom is grieving and just distraught and traumatized. Her
Women,
mom.
I tell you, you got to be careful. I trust no one. I'm horrible about that. Always meet at a public place. Always tell somebody where you're at. Have that Life 360 on your phone. I don't care. Google his name. Because I did look him up, and his criminal record ain't much of anything. Let's look here real quick.
Yeah, but you can't even meet somebody, on the internet, talk a little bit like they Snapchatted, That's
Right.
they met on the Snapchat. And then you meet them in a public place like that, and it's like, oh, well, let's just, go right over here and, blah, blah. Oh my God, you can't even go, you can't get to know anyone.
So
It's just getting so bad.
Okay, this is the new cases, right? And these ones are closed, but they're like traffic type shit. And there is one for domestic abuse or assault, but we're not going to open because it takes forever. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, just believe me. You guys know I always show proof of everything.
Yeah.
But there's that. Let's look at his upcoming court date so we know for sure. Okay.
May 16th, they said, but a hearing was like a week before that or something.
Look at this computer. Okay, let's look at this.
Oh, God, dude.
Horror family. All right. 5/16, just like they said, Grandma. You're right. Yeah, so we already watched that hearing, which wasn't much of anything.
Oh, God.
Yep.
Yeah, but does Daddy have lots of money? That's what I was wondering, because he either has a public defender or his parents have a buttload of money.
I'm going to find out.
Angelique knows. I didn't know you were a redhead, Angelique. Awesome.
She's a light worker. Where are you? There you are. She always knows when something's wrong with me, and she'll call me to make sure I'm okay. It's so weird. I wouldn't be surprised if he brings it. Oh my God. You think? He had, okay, in my opinion, this was planned.
That's hard to say, because there might have just been something in the course of their visiting with each other or something, and I don't know.
I don't know either, but you dismember somebody's body? Oh, I just don't understand this. I don't. See, my daughter gives me crap because I'm so paranoid. I'm like,
don't even listen to that. That's a good thing to have.
I have very good reason, besides stuff in my personal life in the past, but even more so doing cases like this for 5 years. Okay? You gotta be. Okay, let's listen. This is only a minute long, and this is what the mama said last night. I'm so sad for this family. There you go.
Robinson's loved ones have been searching parks like this one for her remains. But with slow progress and her family anxious to lay Robinson to rest, her mother has a new call for action.
My message to the community and to everyone is to please keep searching for my baby. I need all of her.
Robinson's mother, Sheena Scarborough, is trying to plan her daughter's memorial.
It's moving too slow. We are going to the end of the month. I have not been presented a death certificate.
A leg found April 2nd in Cudahy confirmed to be Robinson's, but Scarborough doesn't know if other remains recovered match her daughter's DNA.
Her corpse was found. Her torso. Have they run tests?
Scarborough is asking the community for boats and dogs to help search for remains and for answers, all while the family grieves.
That's not me, guys.
Attends court hearings and starts a nonprofit called Sade's Voice to help families of other missing women and girls.
I did not ask to be chosen to be the voice for the community, and that my daughter was chosen as the angelic spirit to speak for all of the lost Black and brown girls gone missing.
But she's doing it to save others from the pain she's experiencing now.
Because Sade speaks to me.
Oh.
Daily. And we do not want this to happen to any other family of color, because this has been taking place for too long.
In Milwaukee, Emily Pofall, WISN 12 News.
Okay. Okay, that one was tough to watch. I some of the stuff, you guys, I do not watch.
Yeah, I don't think I can watch more of that. The mama.
Oh.
I can't.
And the mother is right. Black and brown people, there's too much. There is too many murders. Too many missing.
She was so beautiful.
Right.
I mean, her mom.
You know how pretty her mom is.
I can't talk about the mom. I start to cry.
Yeah. Oh.
That's what gets me, is I can feel it. When she talks, I can feel it. I hate that empathic side, you know. It's really terrible. You can feel her pain, and it's just awful.
Right. And his family didn't even give condolences about their daughter. Your son was on a date with her. Look at the tracking. Look at this. Look at the investigation they did.
Well, they did make that statement, though, you know.
Did they make a statement?
Yeah.
Okay, I guess I didn't pay attention then.
Yeah.
Apparently what she means is that there are many girls of color in the area. Yes, yes, yes. But it's like that all over, sadly.
Well, you know, I don't know if maybe I hope it has nothing to do with race, but see that the blood that was found in the other, like the spare bedroom at his house. They need to get a profile for that blood to find out whether it was, you know, another person. I hope it has nothing to do with her race. That would just piss me off.
Why out of Wisconsin you get crazies like this?
I was wondering about that, considering all the stuff that's going on in Missouri and stuff. Like, what is going on in our Midwest area?
Right.
There is some creepy things. Yes, more victims are the same man, but I hope that it's not somebody that was targeting women of color. That's what I was trying to say. I hope it has nothing to do with their.
No, I didn't mean targeting of brown and blacks. That's not what I meant.
Oh, not you.
Okay.
But like the mother's saying, you know, if the mother's trying to say that many girls of color in the area are having something like that happen to them, that would disgust me. It's disgusting enough on its own, but I hope it's not about race. I'm so tired of us being separated by race. You know, it's why are people so horrible to each other
in this day and age?
It's just it's melanin in your skin or the lack thereof. It
Right.
should not have anything to do with who you are.
Right.
Obviously, this guy is going to jail for life. Unfortunately, I didn't see death penalty in that paperwork anywhere. So apparently they don't have it there.
They don't.
That's unfortunate because it
Right?
could all be solved with one good bullet in the forehead.
Oh my God. Just like
I don't like this shit happening. I'm sorry, happening to people that are innocent. They have innocent intent, and somebody just decides, well, too bad. They mean nothing now.
How old was he? She was 19. He was what, 25? Let me look.
I don't
So he
remember.
was older than her.
I remember. I'm just traumatized. I hate this. I'm hating all the hate in the world.
Okay, are these rumors here? Hold on. He had a sex dungeon? Come on now. It's New York Post, though. They wouldn't mind, would they? Okay, alleged killer of student had sex dungeon in his basement with slings and restraints and handcuffs. What?
He's done it before, girls. That says a lot. Oh, I just meet him on the Snapchat and,
Oh, no.
bring him home, and there you go.
So they found
He's a
blood
butcher.
on the bed of the walls, leading into a creepy cellar. Oh, no. Look at that face. Look at it.
See, and you know what struck me too when I saw him in the court, he had his hair up in the little ponytail thing and the sides are all shaved like that. You know what came to my mind was the Delphi stuff because of all that weird Viking crap, the Odinists.
Oh, okay, yeah.
The Odinist thing popped into my head.
Yeah, and the guards had those kind of tattoos. Did they have tattoos and pins or something, patches?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay, this is horrid.
This is a heavy one. I don't like how this one feels.
No.
This guy's done this before.
See, New York Post wouldn't make that up. There's no way, right?
Yeah, right. Well,
I mean,
I don't think I trust any media anymore. Just us, Kit.
You never know because, there's blood everywhere, but it doesn't say blood. It only told those areas on the bed and then going down the stairs.
Yep.
So I like to go with facts and what we
That's
get right now from the police complaint.
I hope they can do some kind of, familial DNA with the blood that is found in the bed and the walls to find out, who the person may have been related to, so we can, they can put together another missing person with this guy.
House of Horrors. Who else's house was House of Horrors? Oh, I know.
It's your business.
It's your business.
Your business. That's up to your business.
That nutcase.
Weirdo. That's what I mean. These people are losing their crap.
You know what? And they were all high and stuff, and they did weird sex stuff too. Just saying. I don't know how drugs can make you do crazy shit, but this guy looked normal. And how old was he, you guys? That's what I was looking for. His age.
Oh, I can find out for you.
Yeah, look for me. She was only 19.
Just a second. Oops. If I could freaking type, might help. Maxwell Anderson. Oh, and here's the thing in the Milwaukee Journal about whose blood was in Maxwell Anderson's house.
So is she.
Oh my goodness.
What?
No, that cannot be cracked. Just a moment.
Yeah. You know what? I always say I just want to understand. And I don't think we will ever understand. I was on the.
He's 33. Sorry. She was 19. He is 33.
33?
Yeah.
Wow, that's too old to be with a 19-year-old. No.
Yeah.
That's sick.
Yeah. Well, how are we doing there? You have anything else?
We're good.
We're good?
We're good. We're done.
All right. Because I'm kind of done with this. I'm creeped out now, and I need to call my brother, make sure everything's okay over there.
Okay. Thank you. Love you. Bye.
I love you too. Bye. Bye, Angelique.
Sis, thank you for coming by. I miss you tons. Okay, everybody. Thank you for watching or watching on the replay.